Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Grizzlies tonight. Um, guys, what a really unexpected type of loss by the Los Angeles Lakers when it came down to it. Unfortunately, the Lakers go into this game against the Memphis Grizzlies with a lot of expectations of them potentially winning it to just end the road trip uh, with just a win. But then before the game started, we got the news that came out, according to multiple reports by the Lakers as well, that Anthony Davis and Rui Hachimura will not be playing in this game. And if you listened to my last live stream that I uploaded a couple of days ago against the Pistons, I think I mentioned like maybe throughout the my analysis was that I'm hoping that Rui Hachimura will ball out against the Memphis Grizzlies because I don't know if you guys have noticed, every time Rui Hachimura plays against the Grizzlies, he lets it up. He lets it up. He puts up 35-point performances. I mean, just the postseason a couple of years ago alone tells you how great Rui Hachimura is when he plays against this particular team. But unfortunately, no Rui Hachimura and sadly no Anthony Davis in this game. Our MVP of the season and for the Lakers, the number one option. I mean, he's been amazing for us. We didn't have him tonight. If he was playing, we would have won this game, in my opinion, along with Rui Hachimura as well. But as we all saw tonight, I mean, the Lakers just seemed tired. They just wanted to end this road trip so they can go back to LA. And it was a really, guys, it's been a while that we've seen a Lakers basketball in LA. I mean, it's been like almost like a week, 2 weeks now. I mean, it's been a long time. This has been a very long 5 game road trip for the Los Angeles Lakers, and what they can show for it. The Lakers went 1-4 on the road, and it's a similar situation what we saw from this Lakers team last season when they play better at home than they do in away games. And it's a similar situation, same roster, same everything. I mean, it's not anything new that we don't know out of this team, other than just, JJ Redick being the head coach and just, Dalton Connect and Bronny James being part of the Lakers roster this season. So, because we drafted them. So, it is a very sad turn of events, but at the same time, there's some goodness when it comes to the Lakers going back to LA on Friday, facing the 76ers, who will be without, I believe, Joel Embiid because he is suspended for 3 games due to an altercation with a reporter. I think he shoved or punched a reporter. I believe he shoved him or something like that. So he got a 3-day suspension, and it's ironically will be good news for the Lakers that he won't be playing when it comes down to it. I'm not sure about Paul George's status, but there's some optimism and maybe the Lakers will play better at home than they do at away games. So, the Lakers will be home for next couple of games. So good news for the Lakers. Maybe they will stack up some wins, hopefully, with this 4-4 record now after this 5 game on the road for the Los Angeles Lakers comes to an end. So, I really want to get into all of your thoughts and opinions. I'm seeing the comments coming in from Daniel. Welcome to the live stream. Mix the road struggles. Yeah, for sure. It was a struggle one for sure. The Lakers had a lot of expectations going into this road trip. They came so close against the Suns. They should have won that game, in my opinion. And then when they faced the Cavs, it's just completely, there was just a no show out of that team. And plus, you can see right now how the Cavs are playing. They are balling out in the Eastern Conference and just the NBA in general. I believe now they are 9-0 to start the season. I mean, talk about a team that's on the rise to be competing in the Eastern Conference next to the Celtics. So it is a an interesting turn of events them for them, but unfortunately the Lakers couldn't beat them on the road. And then we went to Toronto. We got the win there, our first win on the road against Toronto. And then we went to Detroit. Lakers underestimated that particular team and didn't show up in that game and lost to a should have easy winnable game when it came down to it. And then Memphis, even though they're lacking some roster depth for them, the Lakers unfortunately didn't have Anthony Davis tonight, as already mentioned, and Rui Hachimura. So it kind of ruined the odds of them potentially winning this game tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, unfortunately. So unfortunate, the Lakers end their road trip with a 1-4 record on the road, and now they're heading back, as I mentioned, to LA on Friday to face the 76ers and hopefully maybe start winning some games now after this road trip. So let's just hope for it. I'm hopeful, but yeah, for sure it was a struggle for the Los Angeles Lakers. And yo to you too, Daniel. Welcome to the live stream. Really appreciate you joining. But before anything, like always, before I get into my analysis and the stats and everything like that, please be sure to hit that notification bell and, of course, subscribe to ZSN on YouTube. And, of course, follow me all across social media. Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. The links will be in the description of this live stream, so you guys check me out on social media. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's just get right into the Lakers' loss to the Grizzlies, a blowout, if you will, to end this road trip. Let's get into the stats just real quick. Here we go. So as you can see, the Lakers lose to the Grizzlies 114 to 130. Well, in a blowout. Basically, the blowout began in the third quarter. So you can just tell the Lakers were trying to manage and try to gain some momentum a bit in the second quarter going into the third. But then just they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity when it came to late in the third and going into the fourth. So they were going back and forth in the fourth quarter. But the third quarter was what really hurt them, in my opinion. As you can see, the box score for the Lakers across the quarters, they just continued the struggle. And plus, for obvious reasons, I mean, no Anthony Davis, no Rui Hachimura. So the Lakers had to improvise with the roster that they have with them. And the depth that the Lakers have been struggling with. And till now, and I'm going to speak it until it happens, the Lakers have to, improve this roster and any chance that they get, adding on depth when it comes to size, the center position, the power forward position, since there's no Vando still being out due to injuries, and then you have Christian Wood still out. Surprisingly, the Lakers made a decision by debuting Christian Coloco. He debuted tonight in his return to the NBA after being out for, I believe, 2 seasons. So due to a blood clot. So, it is, I guess, good to see it happening. But at the same time, I mean, I'll just say right now, I mean, his presence was not really that needed in this game because he just, didn't show the type of presence out there that we honestly really needed in the big position when it came down to it. But I don't know, maybe things start to move maybe positive for him going into this season with the Lakers. But, we just have to wait and see when it comes down to his return to the NBA being in full effect when it comes to him getting his regimen in, and his, of course, his his rhythm to the game back after being out for a long time now for since 2022. I believe that he hasn't played NBA basketball. So this is his return. So not a lot of expectations that we should throw on him, but maybe down the line, a couple of games in, he will get his bearings in for sure. But yeah, the debut of Christian Coloco when it came down to it. So Let's talk about our starting lineup tonight. Obviously, with no Anthony Davis, no Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes stepped in for the starting lineup with Dalton Connect, the rookie, out there tonight. So you can tell that it did not go according to plan, and it seemed that you know this was not the right fit for the Lakers to win this game because of the new rotational players being added in to the starting lineup. But player of the game goes to LeBron James. He did whatever he can out there tonight to win us the game. I mean, he fought his darndest out there tonight. 39-point performance. It would have been nice if we won this game with a 39-point performance out of LeBron James out there tonight. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough because of the lack of, you know, players stepping up in this game, unfortunately. With no Anthony Davis, you know, and no Rui Hachimura, you know, we should have expected, D'Angelo Russell or Austin Reeves to step up in this game or something, but it just wasn't the case, unfortunately. And it kind of sucked because, we actually really needed those two to really step up their game, especially when it came to their shooting, which was pretty bad out there. But at the same time, I mean, the Lakers have to do what they can do when it comes to their rotations when it came down to it. So, but let's talk about the starting lineup just real quick. I mean, obviously, I already mentioned with LeBron, 39-point performance, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, went 6 of 11 from the three, and went 15 of 24 from the field. So LeBron James put on a show for the Lakers, player of the game out there tonight for the Los Angeles Lakers. If they just would have stepped up and helped out LeBron, carried a load off of him, I mean, I for sure the Lakers could have won this game if somehow D'Angelo Russell or Austin Reeves step up in this game, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for them to win this game out there tonight. But just player of the game out there tonight for LeBron James. Great job out there for LeBron for stepping up in this game, or just being the guy for us in this game when it came down to it. So Jackson Hayes starting for the Lakers out there tonight. He had 8 points, 10 rebounds out there tonight. So, he did his best to help us defensively, but you can just tell Anthony Davis is our defense. I mean, when you look at Jackson Hayes, I mean, he's just a guy that can grab rebounds and all that, but, still, he has not the ability to be an elite or solid defensive guy. I mean, it's been Anthony Davis since last season when the Lakers have been struggling defensively. But every time Anthony Davis is on the floor, we become a really good defensive team when he is on the floor, and he is our defense when it comes down to it. And that's why I was kind of surprised that he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year last year, because when he was off the floor, I mean, analysts and the votings or whatever you call them, the voting committee, whatever you call them, should have realized that you know Anthony Davis was our defense and could have won Defensive Player of the Year in my opinion. But that's a whole different discussion, and for another day for us to be talking about it. But still, it just you can just tell the presence on the floor for the Lakers when it comes to no Anthony Davis out there. The defense was just really depleted because of the lack of defensive effort in this game. But give some credit where credit is due when it comes to Jackson Hayes, 10 rebounds out there tonight with 8 assists. Sadly, Lakers still struggling when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Once again, I going to keep saying this to existence. The Lakers just have to find another big, find another center to just carry just improve defensively. Excuse me. So, when it comes down to it, defense is much needed on this team, and if Rob Blinker can find it, hopefully he finds one very soon because you know December December 15th for players to be trade eligible is going to be available for the Lakers to make some moves. So if they can't do it, then February will be the trade deadline for the Lakers to make some moves, hopefully. So we just have to wait and see for sure. But Jackson Hayes, I guess you could say we can give him a solid night, but he did was in foul trouble for sure. So um, So that can also play a big role of Lakers just not stepping up defensively in this game. So it's unfortunate. But D'Angelo Russell, 12 points out there, went 2 of 9 from the three assists out there tonight as well, and went 4 of 12 from the field. I mean, he had once again another bad game performance out there tonight for D'Angelo Russell. Um, I said this numerous times, and if anything, I mean, he just needs to step up now. I mean, we're so far, not far into the NBA, but it's like we're like 9 games in to this season, and it's like he really needs to show his ability to really be like the third or somehow just step up in key moments, key situations in games. But, we just did not see it tonight from D'Angelo Russell, in my opinion. Just 12 points out there tonight, 2 of 9 from the three, 4 of 12 from the field. Just not the best due to the circumstances with no Anthony Davis, no Rui Hachimura. This was his moment to really step up in this game along with Austin Reeves. But, it's just unfortunate. The Lakers just struggled out there tonight and couldn't find the capability of helping LeBron James in this game. So it's just very frustrating when it comes down to it. So then you have Austin Reeves as well, 19 points out there. I mean, sure, that's great. But at the same time, I mean, it didn't really look pretty good for him out there tonight. Once again, going 2 of 9 from the three. I mean, Lakers shot 31% from the three when it came down to it. And in the first quarter, really, I mean, you can just tell that they were just missing shots left and right when it comes to those threes. And me personally, I don't know why they were making so many threes being made so early in the game. If anything, I mean, the best trade, and what we've seen them multiple times this season, was that the Lakers really know how to attack the rim. And that's been their MO when it comes to their ability to attack the rim and score. So, if anything, they should really go back to that formula because it's just that's how they win games, in my opinion, when it came down to it. So, but for some reason, they're shooting more threes. They're trying to shoot threes, and it's just they're not consistent. They're not going in. So, they have to look back into the drawing board and see what they did in the beginning of the season, and maybe go back to that particular blueprint going into the 76ers game, hopefully, when it comes down to it, to start winning games now because, it's just it's just not looking good so far for the Lakers. If they keep making mistakes like that and not being consistent when it comes to shooting those threes, it's just it's just not going well when it comes down to that particular area of their game. So it's just not been that consistent. Then you saw Austin Reeves when he's going 7 of 17 from the field. Once again, he's struggling in that particular area of their game offensively as well. But managed to give us 19 points, I guess. But it just wasn't enough for the Lakers to win this game, unfortunately, because of the lack of defensive effort for sure. When it comes down to it, like I said, 9 offensive rebounds for the team. I mean, that's just still not good for the Lakers, and they have 11 turnovers because of it. So, and I think they happened most of the first half of the game when it came down to it, and maybe going into the third quarter as well, because that's a big percentage margin, excuse me, from the Grizzlies to score 36 points in the third quarter to the Lakers 28. So you can just tell the Lakers were losing some momentum in the third quarter when it came down to it. So, in my opinion, but it's unfortunate. Dalton Connect, the rookie, starts for the Los Angeles Lakers in for Rui Hachimura, I believe. And, still being a rookie, I don't want to put too much, blame for his performance out there. But, once again, it would have been nice if he, wanted to make a statement or somehow make his draft lottery or whatever you call it, his status more known out there tonight, I guess, for just balling out. I don't know, but for some reason, it just wasn't the case. Had 3 points, went 1 of 7 from the three, 1 of 7 from the field, had 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Still, I mean, he's still learning the game. I don't want to put too much blame on him for tonight, but it just would have been nice if he showed his offensive side of the ball, his scoring side that he's well known for. We already know that he's not a good defender, so that's what we thought when we drafted him, that he is not going to bring that trait to the table. But offensively and scoring, I think it would have been very helpful for the Lakers when it comes down to his area of his game. But once again, he is a rookie. He just made his debut as a starter for the Lakers. When it came down to it, so it's all very unfortunate, and just no Anthony Davis, no Rui Hachimura. If they were playing, for sure, I think the Lakers would have won this game, in my opinion, because it was reachable if they were playing tonight. But unfortunately, with the lack of depth and the lack of size and lack of defense, the Lakers just couldn't win this game. And we kind of thought that going into this game. I felt it. I mean, once we saw the reports, no AD, no Rui, the Lakers were going to struggle in this game, and we witnessed it tonight. Let's talk about our second unit. All right, the bench roles. For some reason, they scored 30 from the bench, so it is very uplifting, if you will, to know that the bench were trying their best to help LeBron in the starting lineup when it comes to their efforts. But unfortunately, it's just wasn't enough, and the lack of size. When it came to you know Cam Reddish, stepping up in this game. I mean, he played very well, I have to say. I mean, 15 points, 2 of 2 from the three, 5 of 7 from the field, 6 rebounds. I mean, and 2 steals. I mean, not bad a performance coming off the bench for Cam Reddish. And he's been, so far under the radar for JJ Redick to really use more often. He even said that, he was very impressed in the last game against the Detroit Pistons. I mean, of his defensive side, but for some reason he let it up when it came to the offensive side of the ball. Is this something we could expect from him? No, absolutely not. But at the same time, it was probably like during garbage time where he was just putting up numbers the way that it is. But still, I mean, it's just something that, hopefully we'll see some effort coming out of him moving forward because of the lack of depth, and still no timeline for the return of Vando and Christian Wood. I mean, we need all the help we can get when it comes to the efforts on the big side, especially for Cam Reddish, who is more of a shooting guard slash small forward, so he can play multiple positions when it comes down to his ability to do so. But you know, still, we need help on the defensive side of the ball, and that's been something that's been lacking for sure for the Lakers, and especially coming off the bench, role players for sure. So, and as I already mentioned with Christian Coloco, he made his debut for the Lakers tonight, making his return to the NBA after being out due to blood clot. So, it is great to see him back in the NBA, and still not the you see the numbers. I mean, not anything that we should really worry about. But at the same time, I mean, he has a lot more games to really prove himself and show what he's capable of being, and why the Lakers, you know, went after him and signed him to a two-way contract because they saw something special in him. I mean, if anything, you know, they got rid of Blake Hinson when it comes to the ability of him shooting and being the ability of shooting. I mean, that's if he would have probably stayed on the roster, I think the Lakers could have really used his shooting when it comes down to it. But Lakers obviously went with the obvious choice when it comes to finding another big, and plus with the Christian Wood report, being out, kind of the depth of the Lakers kind of diminished after that. So they had to go after another big, and Christian Coloco was a good choice for sure when it came down to it. But it is what it is. I mean, he is now a Laker and debuting, and has a lot of promise, and hopefully we'll see more out of him moving forward. Uh, Gabe Vincent, 6 points out there tonight, 1 of 6 from the three, 2 of 8 from the field. Still, not the expectations of what we want to see out of him, honestly. I was kinda hoping that he will be the guy for us coming out the bench, giving us 11 to 12 points per game or, something like that. I mean, and shooting around like 36, 37, from the three. You know, Miami Day, Gabe Vincent, but unfortunately, we just haven't been really seeing that from him lately. And, it's just kind of discouraging to see him not living up to the expectations. I mean, he's negative 15 in his game out there tonight. So, you know, not living up to the expectations for sure. And along with Max Christie, in my opinion, I mean, sure, he put up 8 points. I mean, he did his best to play and help the Lakers out offensively, but lately he hasn't been living up to the expectations of with the new role being improved this season. I mean, if anything, this was his moment this season, or just the start of the season to show what he's made of. And it's just he hasn't been living up to the expectations, in my opinion, along with Gabe Vincent. So, you know, we talk ad nauseum about Max Christie of just how lackluster that he has been for the Lakers, and it's just kind of is a continuation. Even though he did put up 8 points, doing his best to help Lakers out, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Unfortunately. Then you have Bronny James playing in the game. I mean, he only played for 5 minutes. It was during garbage time, putting up 2 points. So, not anything to of a game changing performance for the Lakers to try to win this game. But, it's just the lack of effort in this game. And there's a lot of obvious. I mean, the Lakers just couldn't couldn't go over the finish line and somehow win this game for us to end this road trip on a strong note. So, and but once we heard about the Anthony Davis and Rui Hachimura not playing in this game, it was just an ideal that the Lakers were not going to win this game tonight. And I can say this though about the Lakers, it's a good move for them to not play Anthony Davis if he is dealing with an injury, because we don't want him to play through injuries and somehow he gets more injured and somehow he'll be out for 20 games or 30 games. I mean, we want him to be healthy as he can be so he can help us win games and be ready to go for the postseason if we somehow still in the range of that. But I think after this loss tonight, I think the Lakers still are within the play-in, maybe within the playoff run, but we still have a long season for us to improve our game, improve some wins moving forward. So, it's just a, a still beginning of the season. We're still working our way to, learn how to, how this Lakers team can really actually play, but kind of know how they are now because of the lack of defense and lack of size and just there's just a lot of problems for this Lakers team. It's just not living up to the expectations for sure. So it's been sad. It's been sad for sure. But I'm glad the road trip is over. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been like a week now that the Lakers haven't played in LA. But I'm glad they're going back on Friday to face the 76ers. I believe Joel Embiid is not playing on Friday against the Lakers, I believe. I might be mistaken, but we just have to wait and see of what the injury report will be out for the Lakers when it comes down to it. So, we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see how that will be. But I don't know, maybe we have a better idea. Maybe Rui Hachimura will play in the game on Friday, but we just have to wait and see. And maybe Anthony Davis too. We just have to wait and see. And also Paul George. I mean, he's part of the 76ers now. I mean, will he make his return? I might be mistaken. Maybe he's already playing. I haven't really followed a lot about the 76ers, how they've been playing, but, it's, we just have to wait and see what Friday's injury report will be for the Lakers for sure. So, but I'm glad this road trip is over. I'm so glad that it's over. Let's go into the comments before I end this live stream. From Turbo, welcome to the live stream. It's the same old Lakers, but different head coach. Lakers should beat teams like this. Yeah, I mean, beginning of the season really showed a lot of promise. I mean, Lakers were just 3-0 to go into the road trip. And, the Lakers just really missed an opportunity to beat the Suns on the road. Should have been an easy winnable one. And then the Cavs was a long shot. I mean, they're already doing great on their own when it comes to their team and their organization of how well they're playing. So, it was something that the Lakers kind of expected to lose. But at the same time, I mean, I was kind of hoping that they would be competitive in that game. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case, unfortunately. And that's what really kind of sucked to see from this Lakers team when it came down to that particular matchup. But then they kind of redeemed themselves when it came to the Toronto game. I mean, they really showed up in that game and played very well. And then there was the Pistons game. The Pistons game should have been a win for the Lakers, but unfortunately, they underestimated the Detroit Pistons. They really did. They kind of expected that they would take the win easy and or be given the win, but unfortunately, the Pistons showed up in that game and dominated the way that they did. So it's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Lakers didn't get that win. And then tonight, they should have won this game, but once we heard about Anthony Davis and Rui Hachimura not playing, it was kind of destined. And plus, the way they've been playing during that time on the road, it's just kind of expected that the Lakers were going to lose this game, unfortunately. So it's very unfortunate for sure. They could have, if I had to count, if they beat the Suns, got the win in Toronto, then the Pistons, and then Memphis. I mean, if anything, they could have gone 4-1 to end this road trip, and the Lakers could have been. I just want to think how many. How many? I think they would have been 7-1, 7-1 to for the start of the season, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case, and now the Lakers are 4-4 to end this just for the start of the season, and going 1-4 to end this road trip, unfortunately. So, but the good news is they're going back to LA. A win is potential for the Lakers because, as we all know, last season, since it is the same old roster, Lakers play better at home than they do in away games. So, this could be the same formula going into this season. So, we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. I'm liking JJ Redick. I mean, you can just tell that he's so frustrated. He's so, you know, you know, when it comes to this team, it's just like, he wants to see this team thrive. He wants his team to play better. But unfortunately, it's not seeing it because of a lot of reasons. I mean, we already know. I mean, the lack of defense, the lack of bigs, the list goes on. I mean, the lack of shooting. This is the same roster as we already mentioned. Making the same old mistakes like they did last season. It's just another same roster that it was, and it's just unfortunate, But let's just put out hope that Rob Pelinka will make some sort of moves, excuse me, to improve the roster that way, or something. But I don't know. It's just taking a while for the Lakers to do it, but we have to wait until December 15th to make that happen. And if nothing happens there's that February trade deadline. So I don't know. Maybe there's something out there that we don't know that maybe Rob Pelinka is brewing up for the Lakers to potentially make. But we just have to wait and see. His job is on the line, so if he doesn't do anything, he could potentially get fired at the end of the season. So, and we could hopefully hire Bob Myers to join the Los Angeles Lakers. But we just have to wait and see for sure. Let's read some more here from Daniel. Huff and Pippen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're on the Grizzlies for sure. They played very well in this game as well. So it kind of sucks that Scottie Pippen Jr. is still he's thriving with the Grizzlies, and who you should blame for the release of him and not really using his talent to his best of his ability as he's doing right now with the Grizzlies is Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham really missed the ball on that one when it came to Scottie Pippen when it comes down to it, unfortunately. So, but yeah, they're thriving along with Huff, the center that had a lot of promise to be a really good player for the Lakers, but unfortunately, the Lakers did not see it that way and let him go. At one point, he bounced around, I believe. I think he was like with the 76ers, and now he's with the Memphis Grizzlies now. So he's thriving for sure, along with Scottie Pippen. So I wish them nothing but the best because they're really good talent for sure. Let's read more here. All right, from Daniel. Miami, Gabe will never be shown again. I mean, yeah, that seems to be the reality. It seems like to be the reality that we will expect to see from Gabe Vincent now moving into. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, yeah, for uh, moving forward now, and absolutely wasted money. I mean, he is a tradable contract. He's only making 10 million per year, so if anything, he's in his second year now. If there's a team that would want Gabe Vincent because of his contract, I mean, that could be a possibility for the Lakers to maybe make a trade with some sort of team to make that happen. And guys, I'm just going to say this right now. I know my video is lagging for some reason. I don't know why it keeps stopping, but I've been having troubles when it comes down to that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll trade maybe my browser in my next live stream when it comes to having a better, you know, signal, I guess. But for some reason, it's been bothering me for the past couple of streams now. So I will potentially change that for sure. So I really appreciate your guys' patience on that for sure. Thank you. But I'll change that for sure down the line. But yeah, I mean, wasted money for sure. He's not living up to the expectations of what he was in Miami, and it's just really not working out to the best. And hopefully, Lakers will find a replacement for Gabe Vincent because it's not working out. It's not. It's been suffering for sure to see him play and not living up to the expectation that he was in Miami. So let's read here from Wook Dog. I hope I said your name. My apologies. But don't forget the Grizzlies didn't have Bane. Yeah, I mean that's also a thing too. The Lakers missed an opportunity out there tonight. I mean, if anything, with the lack of players on the Grizzlies, this was an opportunity for them to show up. And I'm talking about D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves to ball out in this game along with LeBron. So, and with no Anthony Davis, no Austin Reeves, this was their moment. They were going to get the minutes. They were going to get opportunities, and they didn't get it tonight, unfortunately. They didn't show it tonight. Excuse me, out there tonight for the Lakers, and this was an opportunity because Desmond Bane. I mean, this guy is something special. I mean, the Lakers had an opportunity to draft him a couple of years ago, but unfortunately, he went with the Memphis Grizzlies, and then he's been balling defensively for them since. And he also plays pretty well offense, as well. So, uh, you know, this was their moment for the Lakers to win this game. But then Anthony Davis and the whole um, Rui Hachimura not playing in this game is just pretty sad. Pretty sad for sure. It's unfortunate, and I already talked a lot about it for sure. So But yeah, guys, I mean, thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Daniel and Turbo, and of course, Wook Dog. I hope I said your name. My apologies if I butchered your name. Sorry about that. But thank you all so much for commenting on this live stream, and of course, thank you all for listening to this live stream. Due to the circumstances of the Lakers losing tonight, but the good news is they end the road trip and they'll be going back to LA on Friday to face the 76ers. Let's hope, the Lakers are going to be at home for a while, so they could potentially maybe stack up some wins because, as we all know, the Lakers play better at home than they do in away games. So, it's just another example that the Lakers, any chance that they get, they will, play the best basketball at home than they do in away games. So, but let's just hope that Anthony Davis will be healthy, ready to go for that game on Friday. But if he's not, I mean, it's good that the Lakers are being cautious about Anthony Davis because as he as we heard a couple of days ago, Anthony Davis has been dealing with a foot issue that he's been dealing with since the summer, and we all know during the summer, there was the Olympics, and the Lakers and Anthony Davis and LeBron were playing in it. So if it was bothering him then, I'm so impressed that Anthony Davis was putting on the MVP caliber games so far this season and playing through it. So he can play through injuries, but at the same time, we need to preserve his health so he can be at an MVP caliber performance and helping us win games with that. So if he wants to be MVP, he needs to stay as healthy as much as he can, and for that to happen. So, and balling out and winning us some games to make that happen. So, we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see if he will play and along with Rui Hachimura, and hopefully it will be a good thing for the Lakers if somehow both of those guys will play. If Joel Embiid is not playing, and maybe Paul George will not playing, but you know, the 76ers, they're playing pretty well so far for in the Eastern Conference. So, you know, with both those top two stars not playing. So, you know, but let's hope the Lakers will bring their A game when it comes down to that. So let's just hope for it. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. The links will be in the description of this live stream. It's just right down here. So go check out my social media sites. The links will be in the description of this live stream. So you guys check me out on social media. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That's really important that you do so you'll be in the know about everything about the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to news, rumors, updates, speculations. And of course, if you want to be the first one to be in the comment section when I go live for my post-game shows and be having your comments displayed and me going into your thoughts and your opinions about the Lakers or just the game in general, you want to be that, make sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the continued love and support you guys have shown me all across social media. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Turbo. And of course, thank you, Wook Dog. I hope I said your name right, hopefully. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe.